Alright. Yeah, it's a Beatles kind of night. Okay, strap in. It's going to be a little bit of a longer one. I'm trying to rush through it, but there's a lot to cover. There's been a lot of questions about that whole Justice and Life thing. And since I just ran my first Justice and Life official game for the home team tonight, and we're working some stuff out, just stay tuned. First off, we are almost to stretch goal number 8. El Ocho. As of now, 17, 716, and rolling. So the pop-up text somewhere on the screen is going to have yet another big hint about my very personal thank you gift for each and every backer. That, $1 or more, you'll get this personal thank you gift when we hit to 18,000. At 196 backers currently, we are 29 away from unleashing bonus goal number 4. Okay, you should really take a look at, by the way, the Mythical Airs Kickstarter. Linkorama. I say this for reasons. Also, really another cool Kickstarter that I just recently backed that you really need to take a look at as well, and Linkorama up here, is Stuart Wick's Darkling Plane. It's a alternate reality or altered reality game. Whatever it is, you check it because that's really cool, and I really want it to hit because if it succeeds, then I want to see a Shine Tar version. And Stuart, I hope you're watching. I want you to succeed, and then I want a Shine Tar version of this thing. Okay. Oh, I started sending art pieces for the whole product line. The Savage Mojo guys have been sending me some early sketch work and stuff like that. It's really exciting stuff. I can't wait to show you guys the more finished product stuff for that. So it's really, really exciting. And my interview with the Carpe GM people just came out. Link in the show notes. So that'll be, if you want to check that out. I try actually to give a little bit of extra special information in each one of the ones that I do. A little extra something. I try to be as unique as possible. So, you definitely want to check it out. You want to check out all the different podcast interviews that I do. Alright, tonight's topic, as I said, is the Justice and Life campaign. The GM nuts and bolts. A lot of folks are starting to get really into it. And with the big launch-a-thon coming with Rob's Game Group next week, the 3-day thing that we're doing, we've been working on a lot of details. Me and the rest of the Ravens flock. Rob and I have been doing a lot of back and forth. Mark Napick and the rest of the flock have been really pushing with me to get some information going. There's a lot of stuff that's appeared on the website, which you want to check out. But I want to cover some how it will work things tonight, just to give you guys some more meat to sink your teeth into. All the GMs are going to be able to claim a place on the map. That can be either an existing town or city, or someplace in between them all, and we can put something there. This isn't quite the same as the pledge goal stuff. Those are going to be much more major and published and things like that in books and things. But you are going to be able to grab places that exist and help develop them, and they're going to be your areas to center your campaigns on and your interaction with everybody else's campaigns. And that's pretty much the most likely thing that we're doing there is it'll be a ranger outpost. If you come up with some other alternate thing that you really want to do, a different type of group, a different type of thing, that's fine too. But the standard is going to be it's a ranger outpost. You'll have some sergeant or somebody there who will be like the ally character that everybody deals with, and that's where your people will base themselves out of, or at least that's where their stories will start. For example, the home team here, which is me, Lee Ballou, and Corinne Siebel, we've all kind of decided to go ahead and claim Coastline as the outpost for our specific campaign. Now, granted, everybody can go to Kithros, and there'll be stuff based out of Kithros, and everybody can go everywhere, but the spot we're claiming as the start for this particular, Silvermeat Manor Justice and Life campaign thing is Coastline, which is on the southwest coast of the Wildlands. So Rob of Rob's Game Group is looking at a couple of places like Prague, Valora, and Terra. Actually, no, I just got a message from him. He's actually going to grab Valora, which is on the more far to the west, right on the coast over there, on the west side of the southern part of Langdefea. And he's going to start building that up and having some fun with it. Now, one of the things I wanted to be clear about is that it's not about restrictions as much as it's about where you have the most freedom. The place that you claim is the place you can go the most nuts. You can go elsewhere and do stories all over the world. That's going to be fine. That's going to be no problem. But as far as your claimed areas where you can have the most control, you can make the biggest changes. You can change, if you want to change stuff elsewhere, you're going to have to do a little bit more coordination. If you go into an area that another GM has based their stuff out of, you have to work with them, right? They've got right of way, so you can't go in there and make a whole bunch of changes without working with them. And overall, changes to the rest of the world, we just all have to work together on that, so you have to work it through the Ravens flock people, that team of people, and myself. So, for example, your Rangers could be based out of Tarot. I'm just scrolling down my little notes here. And they could go to Montreal to confront a bunch of agents from the Malachar Dominion who are trying to foment open warfare again between Montreal and Nortrell. There's a little storyline about that. It's ongoing. And your team could go in there, deal with the agents, prevent the war, all kinds of wonderful stuff. It all can happen, not a problem. You just go nuts and have it happen. However, you cannot necessarily arrange for the death of the current king of Montreal without coordinating with everybody else first. That kind of major change is something you'd have to let us know, and we have to go, okay, yeah, we can go with that. That'd be cool. And in many cases, that's what we'll do. Oh, well, we're not really doing anything with the storyline there. You want to do that? Sure, go for it. We just need to know and approve it so that we can make the changes, because Montreal isn't your direct area of control. Your direct area of control, you still got to let us know, but there's far less chance of us saying no because we gave that to you and said go nuts. So another thing that you should want to know is the ability of GMs to level up. GMs are basically going to submit Gray Lantern reports. Now, what is the Gray Lantern? That's something that GMs for the Justice and Life campaign will get some advanced knowledge about. The rest of you are going to have to wait and either get involved in the Justice and Life campaign or read about it in one of the future books. Matter of fact, specifically the Black Lantern book, Black Lantern Report number 1, the Black Lantern, the Gray Lanterns will be discussed at some length in that. But anyway, GMs submitting their reports and doing more coordinated stuff and contributing to the campaign will get experience just like players. And the GMs also, by the way, the GMs also have characters, right? They have characters that represents their presence in the world. That the character is the one filing the Gray Lantern report, and the character actually can be an entity statted up and be in the game, as well as the GM having a role outside of the game running it. It's kind of interesting and weird, but it's kind of cool too. It's another one of those things that have been done before. Sort of a metagame thing, but also an actual in-game thing. So the GM will have that character, but they'll be leveling up. And higher ranked GMs will gain greater areas of control and greater levels of access. They'll be able to have more direct input on what's going on with the bigger story arcs and actually be able to even help write and develop those story arcs. So GMs who really get into it and really commit to it and get to know the world, and we get to know them and get to know their commitment and their belief in what we're doing and their willingness to play with the rules and push the boundaries of storytelling, but not try to break the world for their own purpose, then they're the ones who are going to get the chance to do even more cool stuff. So that's what's going on there. Another thing we came up with today that I want to share real quick is the whole way we're going to handle dates. It's going to be an interesting thing. We want to keep everybody within the same basic ballpark chronologically without being too clamp it down real time. So I came up with a really interesting tool today that I really like, and that's what we're going to go with. Each real world calendar month will signify what calendar month within Shintar you can set your stories. So while we are in the month of July right now, all Justice and Life stories will happen within the calendar month of Red Wolf 3122. Now, it doesn't matter what day, right? It doesn't matter what day the real world is, and it doesn't matter what day in Red Wolf. I mean, today is July 7th, and I could say that the event I ran today happened on Red Wolf 21. Doesn't really matter. It just has to fall within Red Wolf of 3122 somewhere. And that's how we're going to control it. So you can have dates fly back and forth between any time at the beginning and the end of Red Wolf 3122, but that's the month you're running your stuff within until we get to August. And then once we hit August, now we're in the month of Eternal Sun, and all your dates have to fall within Eternal Sun until we get to September, and the next month kicks in, and so on and so forth. That's how we're going to have a broad control of the chronology without being too clamped down, anal detail kind of thing. And it should work out. It'll be a bit of abstraction, but it'll work. So I ran the first official Justice and Life home game. I've run a couple of special event things at houses and with friends and stuff like that. kind of preliminary stuff. Let people start, making characters and things like that, individual events. But we launched the first home game one tonight, and it was really cool. A couple of players continued characters that they had created for one-shots elsewhere, so they got to continue those characters. Corinne got to continue playing Griata, which is her orc warrior. And Suze continued her character, Maggie Silver, who's got this brilliant backstory, which I've got to do a whole bunch more stuff with, but she's just really, really cool. Well, Lee brought in a new character. What was her? Zori? I'm sorry, Lee. I'm drawing a blank, and I want to go look at. But anyways, really, really cool character. Very androgynous bard, fae, who's got a lot of real interesting potential from that whole storytelling and all that kind of stuff. And then our daughter, Spawn, as we call her, brought in her very small bow using telepathy, illusion-based adept. And then Patrick showed up and jumped in at the last minute, and we just gave him one of the pre-gen Gordians, and he went nuts with it. And then I actually inserted one of the characters I intend to play, because yes, I intend to play in this thing, but he's brand new, 0 point, no special favors, anything like that, Priest of Light, named Artavan Galadrius. Some of you out there who know me know the Galadrius family, and yes, I finally gave in to temptation. I am bringing the Galadrius family into Shintar. Valator Galadrius was my second D&D character ever, my second role-playing character ever, and the whole Galadrius family I built up, and I kind of resisted it. Yes, it's my Mary Sue thing. Okay, fine. I gave in. So I'm going to have my characters, but they don't get any special treatment. They don't get any special bonuses. He actually came in less than everybody else, and they needed a priest. Oh God, did they need a priest tonight. There was a lot of stuff going on. They had a very unique adventure. It was really, really cool. And there we go. We've started the game up. So that was a lot of fun, and we're off and running. So, all right, it was a bit long. I apologize, but hopefully I got you some really juicy information about the Justice and Life campaign and how some of the nuts and bolts of it are going to work. I dare in my stuff. I'm going to be posting stories about it onto the site, or I'm going to get somebody to, and we're going to start moving it forward from there. So that's, here we go with it, and everybody else is going to be able to do that too. So please keep the comments and questions coming. Get involved. We really want to put this idea out there because this is what makes the Shintar Kickstarter about something more than just another fantasy setting being published. And this Justice and Life campaign concept is huge. And if you really take a look at it and see what we're doing, you'll realize it's a big deal, and we want you to be a part of it. We want you to share this amazing dream. Things are looking great. Really appreciate your support. Hope your weekend's going well. Have a great night, and see you tomorrow.